Do you read me?
Be advised, you are coming in weak and unreadable.
Say again, Com Tower. This is Pancho. Do you read me? Over.
Pancho, this is Com Tower. I read you Lima Charlie.
Com Tower, Com Tower. Request permission to launch and commence the field op. Over.
Stand by. Pancho, permission granted. Say again, permission granted.
Roger that. Launching podcast in 3, 2. You are now entering the field op with your host, Pacho Correa, Chief Warrant Officer 3, United States Marine Corps retired. Get some. Hurrah! Get some. All right. What's going on, everybody? Another week is over, or almost over, because maybe Friday is upon us, or Friday's Eve, as I also like to call it. So, hey, welcome back, everybody. I really appreciate you being here for my 3 listeners, including my wife. We have a really good show tonight. So, but before we get started, hey, let's just get all the administrative stuff out of the way. This show is brought to you by Castle Global Services. At Castle Global Services, we have an array of a bunch of cool stuff that can help you both on the residential as well as on the commercial side. Anything from cell phone services to Wi-Fi, cable, all that good stuff. But also they also have as well as security systems. And some of the great products, in addition to security systems and modernizing your house, they also offer healthcare or health share, which is a really good product that'll help you be able to get medical care for your entire family, all for under $500, even as well as sometimes in the low 300. So check them out. They're at castleglobalservices.acnipo. .com and check them out. In addition to that, it's also brought to you by Primerica. Hey, have you been struggling, for quite some time with getting your finances all taken care of and making ends meet and so on and so forth? Well, you go to the Primerica that's right there on the show description link. Check them out. Give them a call. They can help you all at no cost and no commitment. You can do a financial needs analysis, and they'll help you, show you how is it that you can learn about money, get out, save money, make some money, and get out of debt as well, and give you a good foundation, a roadmap, paint your roadmap so you can, make your way onto financial success. So check them out right there on the show. And last but not least, this show is also brought to you by the great Constitution of the United States. So, hey, this show is all about we believe in the right to bear arms, and as well as freedom of speech. So if you like what you hear, stick around, like us, follow, subscribe, share us with your friends. Because I think we talk about some good smack on the show. So, and if you don't like what you hear, hey, that's fine and dandy too. You can go ahead and perhaps check something out from sitchradio.com, like I Podcast That, the Todd Bow Show, or Aaron Siebert, who's also been on the show. The Combat Vet Vision, which is, by the way, it's an amazing show, and that's where you truly got started. All right, so now we got that all out of the way. So today's show, I'm in the process of kind of been sharing a little bit, not rediscovering myself, but just moving some. One more thing. Sorry about that, folks. We're still getting used to it. A little bit used to it. Here's an amazing message from the VA. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Richmond of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs with this message for veterans. Did you serve in the military? Veterans deserve world-class health care. You can help by joining the Million Veteran Program. MVP is VA's national voluntary research program to better understand how genes affect health. With over 900,000 veteran participants, MVP is one of the largest research programs in the world, with breakthroughs in PTSD, depression, heart disease, cancer, and more. With your help, the program can make more discoveries in areas that matter most to veterans. Go to mvp.va.gov to sign up, or call 866-441-6075 to schedule an appointment at a participating VA. You don't have to receive your care at VA to join. I'm Mike Richmond.
Thanks, Mike Richmond. I owe you 10 push-ups for my mess up. So, eh, hey, the VA's so the VA's being, I know some of us that listen to the show. I know, we have our own opinions about the VA, but they've been on the ball lately. If you're not signed up for getting their emails in their newsletter, I think you're wrong. You should get on it. So right now, by the way, there's new toxic exposure screenings for veterans, and in addition to that, it can also cover your families. There's education benefits for survivors and dependents, among many other things that the VA have. So plus they also have free taxes, getting uh, your taxes done through them, and new law helps survivors get VA benefits. So if you had a loved one, if you're a spouse or a beneficiary, give them a call and check it out. But I highly recommend you get on the newsletter. So all right, Mike Richmond, I'll you 10 pushes. I'll do them after the show. Hey, we have a really good show today. As a lot of you know, and that I've been sharing, I think I'm quite transparent with you folks here who follow the show. I'm all about discovering new things, being open to trying out new things, rediscovering myself, so on and so forth. Because hey, I think that's keeping things interested is the spice of life, right? So I was kind of thinking, all right, well, what should we talk about? And I started just pondering on my Marine Corps career, and what was it that have helped me get ahead in life, and because I think for a lot of us who, whatever branch you've joined, I think boot camp is a pretty much a defining moment. And some people, I got this coworker at work who's a real dick. We'll just leave it as that. And this guy, he's never served, obviously, but every chance he gets to make a jab at the military, he does. But he mentioned once, oh well, you guys were brainwashed and indoctrinated. I don't think so. I think that we it's something that we believe in, and whether you were were a shitbag in the military, or you just did your time and got out. I think we take something with us that defines us later on in life and helps us get ahead. Even the big, like in the Marine Corps, the biggest shitbird, in the platoon, I know that guy or gal took something with them that still is going to separate them and set them up for success in life. So as I was pondering on all these things, I'm like, well, shit, what was it that, some of the things that define me today? Yes, I had good parenting, and to say, yeah, my parents were not together, but I think the foundation is good parenting, and coming from a family where, hey, you know what, ass whippings are okay every once in a while, but in addition to that, having good leadership or in the military. So as I was kind of looking things over, well, when when I became an NCO, uh, everybody talked about having the good leadership traits. So in the Marine Corps we talked about what we call JJ. It's an acronym. JJ did tie buckle. So, and I'll get to that in just a second. But as I was thinking around or thinking in my career, I was asking, well, I'm gonna see who is open to talk about this, and I see Ken Crenshaw, he's not only my brother from another mother. We grew up as we were kids, but also Ken is also that's right. Jay did tie buckle, baby. Ken and I went in the buddy program out of all things, and we were we did our first enlistment pretty much together, not that far from each other. So he's going to join us on the show so we can talk about it. Let's bring him into the fold. What's up, brother from another mother?
What's up, bud? How you doing, brother?
I see you're on Ton Tavern, Alabama.
Right. That's right. Ton Tavern, South Bama. Holding it down out here. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Good,
by the way,
good.
thanks. First of all, thanks for your service once again, my friend.
And thank you for your service.
Get some and for joining our show. So
anytime.
So today we were talking about tenacity and grit, not just in the sense of being a Marine, but I think as a service member, it separates from the fact, and I think sets us up for success. But I know that you as a, you were an NCO in the Marine Corps. I know you remember the 14 leadership traits, or the acronym at least. JJ did tie buckle.
Yeah, JJ did. Wow, JJ did tie buckle. It's been a while since I've heard that one, man.
I know. So, we talk about, I'm going to read them because, hey, I don't, I
Yeah.
don't, even then it was hard to, but
Yeah.
justice, judgment, dependability, initiative, decisiveness, tact, integrity, enthusiasm, bearing, unselfishness, courage, knowledge, loyalty, and endurance. I mean, how do those things resonate with you?
A couple of them resonate pretty good. Just because they added to making me, they added to helping me become the man that I am today. And, it's just, people, I was listening to you earlier, and, your coworker sitting there, quiet. Sorry, I have a cat. She's old. I apologize. So
No, it's all good, man.
that's her
That's
trying to talk.
thing.
Hey, I'm on the air here. Keep it down. So anyway, that coworker you were talking about that sat there and said, kind of dissing the military. Well, I get that at my job too. The guys I work with, not every single one of them that served. And the thing is that you're always going to have haters in anything.
Yeah.
And they don't understand. They'll never understand the things that this. Okay, I'm gonna grab you here. I gotta go over here. I'm multitasking here. I'm cooking while I'm talking, doing this thing. So
no, go do what you're gonna do.
So the thing is, one second. Don't want to burn this. This is my food for the next 2 days at work. Okay, sorry about that. They'll never really understand, and they'll never really quite get what those traits that the military taught us, how much of an impact they have on us and becoming the men we are. I was in the gym today and minding my own business, working out, and this guy was on a machine working out, and he said something to me, and I had my headphones in. I took my headphones out, and he looked at me and he said, "You were in the military, right?" I said, "Yeah, actually I was. How'd you know?" He said, "Just the way you carry yourself. You're not sitting there with your chest out. I wasn't acting like I was, I could lift any weight in there. Just the way I carried myself, the way I presented myself." His dad was in the military, and his dad died of brain cancer. And he said, "I could just look at you and tell." So even a sibling of someone who's in the military, it resonates in them as well. It's hard not to resonate in them. And just though when you're young, you don't think about it. But then when you go through what we went through, and you've seen what you've seen, and you've done what you've done, and those leadership traits are forged in you, it just helps you to become the man that you were meant to be. If that makes sense.
No, this is great, and I think that's it's a great not story but scenario that occurred to you, because again, if we tie it to the 14 leadership traits, you're bearing how you conduct yourself in the gym. He automatically could tell, like, oh shit, this guy, I know he served. Just the way he's carrying, his bearing, the way he carries himself.
Exactly.
I get, and excuse me, and kind of like last week, to the incident that happened that I talked to some people about, not that I wanted to escalate myself to that point, but there was a little bit of in there where hey, I think I've tried to defuse the situation, and maybe at this point somewhat my back is against the wall. I don't know, but I also had the courage and the intestinal fortitude that, hey, you know what, this here's the outcome of you taking this situation or scenario to that next level. This is what's going, here's the outcome of how it's going to happen. I think for me, in addition to this, I think just I've always fallen back on all these things, just being able to hey, you know what? I'm gonna open a company. Hey, I'm gonna do a podcast. Um, and I'm just gonna, have guests come on and we'll either talk about serious stuff or smack or talk some smack, whatever. You know, not being able to just, and like you say, the haters. Well, what are you gonna talk about, man? Um, are people gonna listen to this shit? Or hey, you're trying a new company. Uh, you know, hey, you know what? That sounds like somebody's like a scam or blah blah. Again, and in your case, you went through your trials and tribulations becoming a firefighter. I mean, not to trash on kind of a common person we used to know, but hey, hey, why are you going to do that? Why are you going to leave this industry and XYZ? So,
Mhm.
how does that, being able to take risk and follow through your goals, how has these things, helped you, build that tenacity and just forge right through?
Well, okay. First off, besides the leadership traits, let's understand something. And there might be people that disagree with this, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yes.
Even those people out there that doubt you, that hate you, they're entitled to that. Okay. But number one, failure is one of life's greatest teachers. Always has been, always will be. Okay. It And once it happens to you, you basically, that's where you ask yourself, okay, are you going to quit, or are you going to get yourself back up, dust yourself off, and you're going to keep going? Okay. Also, I learned once I got out of the Marine Corps, and I think that just as I got out of the Marine Corps and I was kind of starting my civilian career and everything, my mom told me one time, she says, honey, don't give a shit about what other people think of you. Okay. Don't give a shit about what other people think of you. You just do what you feel is right. If it's something you want to do, if it's something you want to pursue, if it's something that you want to get on a podcast and talk about, whether it's just 2 people watching or it's 200 people watching, do it. Because you do things for others, but in some way, shape, or form, you're doing it for yourself. And so for me, becoming a firefighter after everything I went through, the trials and true. I mean, let's face it. I sat there when I was in my 30s, and I lost my job. My car was repossessed. I had to basically move up here back in with my parents, and I was like 30 something years old, and it hit me hard because I felt like, Jesus, I'm a grown man. I'm a 30 something year old grown man, and I had to move back in with my family. I felt like such a failure. But I'll tell you, once I got past all the pity party bullshit, and this, that, and the other, and I just started telling myself and believing in myself and taking steps and having the courage to do things and having the courage to go after things. The
Yes.
next thing I know, things started happening, and lo and behold, I ended up as a firefighter. I mean, when I first got out of the Marine Corps, I went down to the city of Miami and applied for the city of Miami Fire Department, and I
I
couldn't get
remember.
into it. Yeah, I couldn't get into it because they said, well, you live 10 blocks outside the city radius. I can't take you. So I was like, well, damn. But it's just funny how years later, after, like I said, after the failures and getting myself standing back up, brushing myself off, not giving a shit what other people thought. And also, and let me also throw this in there,
Yes.
believing in that man upstairs, believing in the good Lord up above, things started opening up. And the next thing I know, I'm in rookie school in the fire department, and the rest is history.
No,
So,
I mean, all good. And because I remember, I mean, you and I've been friends since pretty much since we were kids, and
that's
I
right.
know, I know about your hardships and struggles, and I think you and me over the phone sometimes, like, fuck, god damn,
Yeah.
dude,
Hmm.
and yeah, and I mean, yeah, we're gonna support ourselves, like, because sometimes, hey, we gotta get, it's okay to give yourself a pity party. It's
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
It's how long you dwell on that.
Exactly.
And okay, you know what? I just got done bitching. Good to go. I'm good. I'm golden. I'm gonna move on. Because and I just I subscribe on Facebook and I share a lot of I'm a huge meme copier and redistributor. But
Uh-huh.
I think it resonates because it says none can destroy iron, but its own rust can.
That's right.
Likewise, none can destroy a person, but his own mindset can.
That's
I
right.
mean,
And
like you said, it all begins here. It's like
it
I
does.
remember when you call me like I failed my firefighter physical fitness challenge that you had to take. I think one of them, and you're like, oh, I can't believe it, but I know you took that shit to heart. But then
Yeah.
the next time you took it, you aced it. Because your competition was like younger guys. You were going up against young dudes, young bucks and everything. But you were like, fuck this, man. I'm not gonna let some young dude kick my ass. And you
No.
made that shit happen.
Yeah, you just there comes a time in certain parts of your life that whether you're a man or a woman, you just have to reach down and you have to dig
Yes.
deep, and it's not saying it's going to be that rough forever, but yeah, there comes times in your lives. Look, I'm not saying everybody has a bad day,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying everybody's life is the same. Some people have to go through 7 hells before they finally get to where they're going. Yes, I understand that, but I'm on the air here. Please. I understand. I know. Anyway, some people have to go through like 7 hells and before they finally get to the other side. But you just have to keep going. You just have to you have to think positive. This world does not have a shortage of negativity. You just have to think positive. I'm sorry, but I have read so many memes like that. And to add on to that meme before I forget, there's a verse in the Bible that says, iron sharpens iron as one friendship sharpens another.
Yep.
And my friendship with you, my brotherhood with you, that's just, I'm sure you have other brothers and I have other brothers, and you surround yourself with positive people and people that are going to sharpen you to be the best that you can be as you sharpen them to be the best that they can be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's life is tough, and you're going to get knocked down. But what did old Sylvester Stallone say? Rocky Balboa said, "It's not about how many times you get hit; it's about how hard you get hit and how you can get back up." Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to
You just
rewatch
keep
that
on.
movie.
Yeah. You just keep on punching. God, I love
Exactly.
that fucking movie, man.
Yeah, and
You.
again, I told a friend of mine, her daughter, she's in her 20s and stuff, and she's having a rough go at life. She's trying to figure out what she wants, and I told her, I said, look, there have been too many people out there that you can pick a story, you can read it, you can look it up, that have gone through way worse than any of us can imagine, and they have become inspirational stories. They become leaders, they become doctors, they become people that have helped other people and stuff. So I'm sorry, I refuse to believe that there is a no-win scenario. You just have to have the grit. You have to have some of those leadership traits. What is it, JJ? Tie your buckle or something?
JJ did tie buckle, but
JJ did tie buckle. There's some of those traits that you need to have in yourself and that you need to instill in yourself that will help push you forward.
no, and and I see one of the comments here. It's not just that our brotherhood or sisterhood is a little extra special. I mean, I'm hoping that that you're saying it. I know we're special sometimes, and we like our crayons, but also
That is true, Linda. That is true. We do like our crayons.
But and on the other side too, I think it builds resilience. And I mean, there's things in trauma which I've talked on the show before that have happened to me, as well as can you have you have your, but all those things defines us and builds that resilience. And I know, just to touch up on that, and then I also want to include the leadership principles. But one thing that I just saw this the other day, it says success is never owned, it is rented, and rent is due every fucking day. I
Right.
mean, it's due every day.
right.
Nothing is guaranteed in life. Just
Nope.
like all the, I follow a lot of millionaires, and I've read, uh, a lot of books by them, and just about every single one of them has lost it all, or damn near, or or damn
Mhm.
near, and they've recouped it back. I went through a time, I mean, my divorce, and I mean, like I said, I'm pretty transparent. I mean, I went through a long enduring, divorce. I mean, it pretty much dried me, and and I said to myself, fuck it. I did, I got, not that I was saying, I mean, I was pretty, I did okay, and I pretty much, I pretty much almost lost it all. But I built it back up again, and granted, I built it together with an amazing individual that's now part of my life. But I also had, and like you said, going back to what you said, surrounding yourself with a good support team that can every once in a while say, "All right, dog, you've had some hard times. Now dig down, grab a hold, and
Yeah.
fucking charge on." I know that I know you've done that to, hey buddy. I know, and hey, life has been tough, but basically quit being a bitch and just do you. And I mean, whether you're
Yeah.
man, woman, whatever. I mean,
Mhm.
you can do it back again. And not to say that those there are hard times, and that have pushed me and everybody else to the edge. It's just, the
Oh, yeah.
bottom line is, you can't go down the dark path and give somebody else like, tying it to some of the movies that we've watched. It's like Clint Eastwood told that guy that was running around the platoon after he fell, and they were
Yeah.
marching back from the rifle range, and he whispered in his ear, and the guy yells, "Recon!"
Right.
And then the major goes up to him. Hey, Gunny, what did you say to that man? And he turns around and says, "Don't give the prick the satisfaction, sir."
Yeah,
You know,
that's right. And he was right. God bless him, Gunnery Sergeant Highway. But yeah, he's absolutely right. And like I said, um, I'm not a Navy SEAL. I'm not claiming to be Special Forces, but I kind of sit there and I see some of these shows, and they always, and some of the shows, I don't know if this is true or not, they always say the only easy day was yesterday.
yeah,
you know and you think about that, and it's like, yeah, it kind of ties into the whole thing with success. It's rented, and rent's due today, and you're not promised tomorrow, and you're not the past is the past, and you're not promised tomorrow. So you got to get the mindset today and think positive and say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this done, whatever it is, whatever it is in your life that you're facing, because everybody gets driven to the edge at one time or another. And it's unfortunate that, unfortunately, some people have never come back from it. But, you can't allow yourself to get there. You just gotta be positive. You got to think positive, and you just got to keep telling yourself, you're going to get through this, and you're going to keep going, and you're going to make shit happen.
yeah. And I'll do you one better. And you can tie the loop on this, but you're the one who introduced me to the great Van Hagar. And what does the song "Right Now" say?
That's right. Right now.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I've heard the lyrics, but exactly, it's basically just saying, hey, don't wait till tomorrow. Right now, make the change now. You know, don't listen to the doubters. Don't listen to the haters and stuff. There was something that I read. I can't remember who sent it to me. It was a meme. It had a picture of a lion's face, and it stays in my brain. And I've told this to other people, and it just, for me, it's really profound. And it sits there and it says, the devil whispered in the warrior's ear, you can't stand the storm. The warrior looked back at the devil and said, I am the storm.
fuck yeah.
And when I hear that, it's like, that just makes me feel like, fuck everything that tries to bring me down and hold me down and destroy me. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to get through this. Nothing's going to bring me down. So
No, I mean, 100%, because even positive people have shitty days. Even
they do.
positive people,
Mhm.
God damn, yes, it goes back to what you said, what Sylvester Stallone said in the movie Rocky is, hey, it's how hard you can, get back up after taking that, and even just, even Mike Tyson once said, hey, everybody can talk shit and everybody can, everybody's brave until you get punched in the fucking face.
That's right.
So how
That's
hard,
right.
are you gonna take that punch? And yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's
Yeah.
momentary,
Yes.
but hey, it's how you gonna get back up and keep moving forward and get your ass to whatever, having that true grit, that tenacity
Mhm.
to make your goals, and don't let the haters, you know, try to bring you down because they're, oh, I tried that shit, but but it didn't work. And
Right.
it's like, and my following question is, well, how long did you do it for?
Yes. Yes, exactly. How long did you do it? Did you, you know, did you do it for a while? Did you really, really try, or did you try 5 minutes and say, okay, screw this?
Yeah, fuck it. Immediate gratification. Up, no, it's not there. I mean, did you really give it your all? And that, so at least, and the things that I say, hey, you know what, that I walked away from, uh, I was just like, hey, at least I gave my 110%. I could walk away with a clear conscience. Hey, you know what, I did this shit, and whether it didn't work out, but I'm good up here saying, hey, I gave it my all, and or even when I walk away, it's like, hey, you know what? I know I'm bitching out right now. I know I didn't get, you got to be and the other side, you got to be accountable. Don't.
I recommend anybody out there, if you're looking for some motivation or you just like motivational speech, look up Teddy Roosevelt's speech, The Man in the Arena.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. Look up that speech that he gives, The Man in the Arena. And I tell you what, I've listened to that, and it is so very right. I mean, you're not, saying all this. I don't want people out there to think that you're trying to come off like you're cocky or anything like that. It's not that. It's just believing in yourself, believing that you can do it, because this affects this, and once
Yes,
this goes,
the body follows. Yes,
exactly.
it's already been said, and Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Dispenza talks about this.
Mm-hmm.
And Greg Braden and Dr. Bruce Lipton, they've said
Mm-hmm.
that there is a correlation, and it's already been
Mm-hmm.
scientifically proven that the body and mind are connected. Because, oh, the heart is not connected. No, bullshit. And
Yeah.
your heart also has, yes, that is right, mind over matter. And your heart also has brain cells on it. All this shit has already been scientifically proven. So where you mind, your body follows. Case in point, you see somebody throw up, and you're like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna get sick too," and then your body says, "Oh hey, this dude is sick. Let's make that shit happen. Here we go." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yes.
right. You
Yes.
have to be mentally, have don't let hard times define you, where you can just say, "Oh, I'm throwing the flag up." And and as I say this, and believe me, I've been there. I know you've been there. I know some of the folks here throwing these awesome comments on here have been there as well.
Yes.
It's how hard are you gonna let this, this moment, are you gonna let it define you, and then you're gonna just call it quits, whatever that may be, or you just keep saying, hey, whether it's a month, a day, a month, a minute, a year, whatever, this shit is gonna pass.
It
This shit
is.
is gonna, all it, everything, as as you already seen, because we've had, mutual friends already pass away. The only fucking thing guaranteed in life is death and taxes.
And fuck yeah.
Everything, and
Someday.
everything else is temporary. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right. Death and taxes. Those are the only two things. And along the way, keep yourself humble.
Yeah.
Keep yourself humble with that man right up there, and believe in yourself, believe in your heart. Because once you let it, doubt and negativity get in here, then that goes. So you just have to sit there and not every day is a rose. What is it? What they say in the Marine Corps? Not every day is a rose garden. And it's not going to be. And I'm not saying that you're not going to go through hell. Not saying you're not going to struggle. You're not going to try, but you keep yourself humble. You keep yourself positive. You surround yourself with positive people that will sharpen you as you sharpen them. And, I promise you, in the end, you will come out. You will come out on top. And you may not, and in all honesty, it may lead you somewhere where you thought you were going to end up here, and you wind up ending up here, and it was 10 times better. There's enough negativity in this world to last 10 lifetimes.
Yeah, to just turn on the fucking TV and then, you know,
Yes.
watch the news. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know, I mean, just be positive, and just surround yourself with, positive people that'll sharpen you as you sharpen them. Stay humble, and keep going.
Man, this was a badass conversation.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to we're gonna have to make part two.
Yeah, because
you know,
you said you wanted to talk about the leadership traits.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
the 11 leadership principles. So that's gonna be another great.
Well, hey, I'm off next Thursday.
All right. So
Yeah.
hey, you heard it, everybody. Pardos coming up next week with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ken, the Wolverine. Yeah, Ken the Wolverine Crenshaw in the house. Hey Ken, first of all, bro, I love you. You're my brother, combat arms, as well as my brother from another mother. Give a big hug and kiss to Mama Hazel for me. And
always
appreciate you. I'll see you fucking next week, because now you're committed.
Oh, you bet. Give your wife a big hug and kiss from me. And thanks for having me on, brother. I love you. You take care, and be safe, brother.
All right, get some Semper Fi, my friend. Hey, everybody. Well, man, what an amazing show today. I think this is a badass topic to talk about. I hope you got something good out of it. I know that I did, and it kind of resonates within me. It's a good reminder of, hey, you know what? Tough times pass, but also tough times make for stronger men. And when I say men, for both men and women. All right. So just throwing that out there. Hey, before we get out of here, before we wrap it up, I just want to say that, hey, if you've been struggling with things, up here, the ants are getting all over you, as we used to call it in therapy when I was, going through some stuff in the Marine Corps. Don't reach out to somebody. You can reach out to us here on the show. You can send me a private message. I'll be more than glad to talk to you and get you some resources with the folks that that I know and that I'm connected through. If you don't, then there's some other things like TRICARE, Military One Source, the VA, among many other things. But the bottom line is that nobody here wants to, as much as I appreciate the pull-up challenge and this and that, or push-ups, and nobody wants another brother or sister gone, making that, taking their lives because of something that it is temporary, and that it does everything pretty much has a solution, everybody. So with that being said, thank you so much, Daisuke, Aistamas. Thanks so much for the awesome comments. We'll see you next week. But we're going to go ahead and end this right here. All right, get some. See you next week, everybody. Peace.